Peace and blessings, everyone. Welcome back to the Humble Servant Homestead, guys. Today, we are out here. As y'all can see, we have our bed well worked and ready for some seeds. But for right now, I'm not going to tell you what we're getting ready to plant just yet. But guys, this bed right here, I had to come on in and cultivate it 3 times. Yes, so the first time was the initial cultivating. Second time is when I came in with my amendments and cultivated. And the third time was now. I came in and cultivated. And simple reason why is because we have Bermuda grass in this area here, guys. And we had to weaken that grass, weaken that root system. And so I believe we finally got it knocked out. I think we may still have a few come on up inside of here. But guys, what we are getting ready to plant right now is the Jimmy Red corn. Okay, so that is a variety that we choose to go with here on the homestead this year. And the simple reason why, it's a corn for survival. It's pretty much a field corn. It is so much stuff that you can do with that corn. You can make cornmeal, grits, and you name it. It's good for roasting as well. And so we choose that corn here on the homestead. It's not your typical sweet corn, but you can eat it like that. You can cook it like you would cook sweet corn. It may not be as sweet, but it's something to put on your stomach just in case you have nothing to eat, guys. Okay, so with no further ado, I'm going to show you all what the corn is looking like here. And I am telling you, these seeds, we have searched and searched for them, and we found them. And yes, we did pay a fortune for
Yeah, we
these
paid a
seeds.
pretty penny.
Yes, we paid a pretty penny. And so that is what we are getting ready to plant here on the homestead. And so guys, I'm going to take you guys along with us on how to plant Jimmy Red corn here on the homestead. So with no further ado, come on along with me. Let's go. Okay, and so right here we have some stake and also some string line. And the reason for these right here is to make sure that I am running my corn in a straight line, okay? Now, I don't want my corn to be like this all over the place, so that is why we have these. We want our garden to simply be neat whenever we are working it. All right, so, and as y'all can see, this year, we do not have any rows inside of these beds here.
For the corn.
For the corn, yes, for the corn. But what we will do, we will come on in and hill the corn as they, get up to about a foot high. We'll come in and hill them and also put down some fertilizer. But as y'all can see, this right here is the solid ground, okay? And so that is why I'm going to come on in and hill these corn just to give the root system a little bit of, room to play with. Now, your corn, they do have a taproot system of about 5 feet, and so your corn have a taproot up to about 5 feet tall. And also, guys, your anchor roots. Now, those are the roots that do a lot of the feeding. That's why when you come on in and you side dress your corn, they get a lot of their feeding from you side dressing. Okay, so we're going to hill these corn once they get up to about a foot tall, and then we'll just go from there. All right, so what we're going to do right now, we're going to go ahead and get our stake in the ground, and simply this is where I'm going to pretty much start my corn at. All right. Okay, and so this stick right here is what I'm going to use to poke my holes to plant the corn. Now, you want to go ahead and put your corn in 1 inch to 2 inch deep. Here today we're going to go and do 1 inch deep. And so let's get into it. And your spacing between your corn is going to be right at about 8 inches. All right, so here we go. And usually you could get away with putting them 6 inches apart and then come on in and thin them out. But because we paid so much for these seeds here, guys, we're not going to do that here today because we don't have seeds to waste, right? All right. Okay, and so this little handy dandy stick right here, guys, is just a stick that keep me from bending. All right, and so what we're getting ready to do right now is the width of our corn. We're going to be spacing them right at about 2.5 feet wide. Okay, and that's just for a walk space to get in between the rows whenever I come on in and do our fertilizers and different stuff like that, any kind of weeding, so we can easily get between the rows. All right, so it's right at about, you could do right at about 2.5 feet to 3 feet wide, whichever you prefer. Right, and so right here we have our tape measurement, and I'm pretty much going to go ahead and mark that right at about 30. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to move my peg right into that spot. Okay, and so now we're going to go ahead and start poking the rest of our holes right here in this side. Okay, and so we end up with right at about 7 rows. And what I went ahead and did is made all the holes before I put my seeds in. So I made my holes. Now I'm coming now behind and drop my seeds. And simply what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop 1 seed in. And I know I said I was going to put them right at about 1 inch, but we're going to go ahead and do 2 inch instead, simply because the top of the dirt, it's just, it's dry. Okay, and so we want the moisture, we want these seeds to hit that, get contact with the moisture under the ground. And of course, we did check the weather and it says it's going to rain, and I think that is a great start for these corn here. All right, and so we're going to go ahead and drop our seeds, and then we're going to come back on in and cover them over. Okay, and so now that we have all these corn planted here, now our weather here in the area have been predicting 70 degrees and higher in our area. Now your corn really needs about 50 degrees for them to go ahead and germinate. And so while they are in that stage of germination, right at around 7 to 10 days it will take for them to pop up out of that ground. Now once your corn reach right about 1 foot tall, we will simply come on in and hill the corn and also apply some fertilizer. Now the fertilizers that you will need to go ahead and put on your corn, and pretty much what we will be doing is side dressing the corn, and you need nitrogen. Okay, corn needs lots of nitrogen to go ahead and grow. All right, so guys, I hope that this video right here was helpful to you guys, and don't let nothing stop you all to get outside and get in the dirt and plant your corn, whatever it is that you're going to be planting. Now, of course, you see me out here doing a lot of this here manually, putting seeds in the ground. Now, it's equipments out there that you can get to plant the corns and different stuff, but we're just not there at that stage as yet. So, hey, we just come on out and utilize what we have and get the job done. That's it. Okay, it's a good little old-fashioned, old-school working. It don't never hurt nobody, just make you stronger. That's it. Yes, it looks like it is a lot of work out here. Don't get me wrong, it is. But hey, you got to put your hand to the plow to be able to get something to eat. All right, and so I pray and I hope you guys take something away from this video here. Now, if you like the content you guys get, go ahead, throw that thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you all in the next video. Have a blessed day.